Hello fellow filmmakers and movie enthusiasts, I'm Robert Hollywood Goblet, and today we're going to be looking at mastering the art of filmmaking. These are tips and tricks from my personal journey with inside the industry. I have been a filmmaker for at least 10 years, since 2014, and as a filmmaker, I have worn many hats. I have been everything from an actor, a writer, a director, editor, cinematographer, and even a producer. And I've learned that filmmaking is a dynamic blend of creative vision, technical skills, and effective collaboration. With over 60 movies, 6 TV shows, and 5 books under my belt, I just want to share some of the key lessons that I've picked on throughout the years in my journey with inside this industry. So whether you're just starting out or you're looking to refine your skills, these insights can help you bring your stories to life. So I hope this is inspirational and motivational and will help you. Number 1 is mastering the basics of cinematography. One of the most important skills any filmmaker can develop is the ability to tell stories visually. As a cinematographer, I've worked on a range of different camera systems. I've worked with the Panasonic DVX100, the Epic Red, the ARRI, the Sony FX6. My personal preference, the camera that I use primarily and operate, is the Sony FX6. Each system has its own strengths and its own weaknesses, but the key is learning to maximize what you have in front of you, whether it's the iPhone 11 or if it's a big cinema camera. Learn what you got. My preference style is always shooting in S-Cinetone, which allows me to capture rich, beautiful color quality directly straight into the camera with minimum post-production adjustments. If you're still learning, start with the basic concepts. Learn composition, framing, lighting, even natural lighting used effectively can create stunning visuals without the need of an expensive setup. You don't need all these lights. So my biggest tip to give to you is don't be afraid to experiment. Experiment with lighting, experiment with camera angles, practice using available light that's in front of you, playing with shadows, adding depths and dimensions to your shots. You'll be surprised what you can come up with. Number 2 is develop your directing voice. Listen, directing is not just about telling actors what to do. You're not the big boss all the time in your ivory tower. It's about creating an effective environment that empowers everybody to deliver their best work. From indie filmmaking projects to bigger productions, I have found that communication is key. When I did my mini documentary, I focused on making sure that everyone involved, whether it was the talent or the crew, everybody understood the emotional beats within inside the story that we were telling. The more effective collaboration the environment is, the better the final product is. So my biggest tip is approach each scene with a clear vision, but be open to input. Great ideas often come from collaboration between directors, crew, and actors. It becomes a beautiful story and an ultimate dance to make your story compelling. Number 3. Editing is your second draft of your story. Editing is where the magic happens. I have spent countless of hours in the editing room shaping raw footage into coherent, compelling stories. So when I worked on this documentary about the police department, I realized that editing isn't just about cutting scenes. You're not just putting stuff together. It's about finding the rhythm of the narrative. It's the timing with each cut. It's the music choices that you do, and even the silence plays a pivoting role in shaping the viewer's experience with your storytelling. So my biggest tip for editing is be ruthless in the editing room. If a scene or a shot doesn't serve the story, don't be afraid to cut it, even if it's your favorite shot. Number 4, storytelling is everything. Before anything else, you must be a storyteller. Whether you're writing a feature-length film or you're producing a short documentary or whatever it is, the story has to resonate with your audience. In my career, I've worked on everything from horror films to faith-based projects. I've done stuff like Blood Moon Massacre, which I'm working on, and I've done puppet shows and radio plays, but no matter the genre, the core of every project is a well-told story. And I usually draw on my own experiences, such as my time working in law enforcement or living in rural Tennessee, growing up poor in the backward woods of nowhere. I always give depth to my stories, and it creates authenticity to my viewers. So my biggest tip is write what you know. Don't shy away from drawing from personal experience to enrich your stories, to enrich your characters. Authenticity is what connects the audience. Number 5. The importance of flexibility and problem solving. In the world of independent filmmaking, things rarely ever go as planned, ever. I mean, I've had to pivot quickly on numerous occasions, whether it was just adjusting locations, usually on the fly, or to deal with unforeseen budget constraints. Something happened, we couldn't afford anything, something broke. During my career, I have found that the ability to adapt is one of the most crucial crucial traits that a filmmaker can possess. For example, I worked on a commercial recently. We shot for a Mexican restaurant, and we had to rework the entire lighting setup due to unforeseen weather changes. It was supposed to be a bright, sunny day. We were going to use natural light, and all of a sudden it became a rainstorm outside. We had to start all over. So always have a backup plan and be ready to solve problems creatively when things go wrong. Things always do go wrong. Flexibility can save your project. Number 6, build relationships and networking with filmmakers. Filmmaking is a collaborative art form. I've been very fortunate to be a part of different filmmaking communities, such as the TN Film Community and the Advisors, Dinner with Dreamers, where I connect with fellow filmmakers, share advice, and learn from others. I've also worked on countless of other projects that started out with just a simple conversation and a networking event. Building relationships with other professionals can open up doors and new opportunities in effective ways of collaborating that you've never dreamed of. So my big tip for you is join filmmaking communities, attend industry events, go to red carpets, and don't be afraid to reach out to fellow filmmakers. You never know who you might end up collaborating with next. Number 7, be persistent and keep learning. The filmmaking journey is rarely ever easy, but persistence is key. I have had to learn the hard way, and I'm sharing with you some of my challenges and my setbacks. I've had several failures. Back in 2020, I gave my entire life savings and all of my 401k in developing a Western, and COVID hit and it completely shut it down. So I continued to evolve, I continued to grow, and I went to Full Sail University getting my degree in digital cinematography so I can continue to hone my craft and work on my skills and improve myself so I can expand to other territories. So my biggest tip for you is to keep learning and to stay open to new techniques, new technologies, and new ideas. The industry is always evolving, so you should too. In conclusion, guys, filmmaking is a journey that demands passion, creativity, and perseverance. With over a decade of working inside the industry, I've learned that every project, no matter how big or small, is an opportunity to grow as a filmmaker. So whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take your skills to the next level, I hope that these insights and these tips can help guide you towards creating better, more effective work that resonates with the audience and fulfills your creative vision. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to connect and collaborate with fellow filmmakers and work on new projects. Listen, everybody, I love you all. God bless you. Live with passion.